And so then he finally just said that he really didn't want to go any further with the discussion about selling. So I said, well, how about we discuss cluster? And so he said, sure. Our articles of incorporation were filed with the state of Colorado June the 1st, 1990. And we called our agreement that we arrived at a joint venture. And that was the clusters operating. We signed that July the 26th of 90. No, I think there are probably as many different ways to organize a cluster as there are clusters, just almost seemingly, because this is the way you form and operate an insurance agency cluster. It just takes a lot of different forms. And we decided that we were not going to be very centralized. Each agency was going to continue operating his agency just the way he'd operated it. But then we had the advantage of being able to be recognized. Then our cluster organization was recognized by the insurance companies. So we just had that advantage, but each member agency operated his own business. And so it changed the way he operated from the standpoint that he was just a member of a larger group, but it still operated just completely as an independent entrepreneur, operating his own business.
When I was at a Hartford meeting, I ran into one of my old friends from my direct writer agency, and he was telling me about Consolidated Agencies. I was surprised what I heard, because there's nothing like Consolidated in the industry. Most direct writers, most aggregators have a setup where there's somebody trying to take something from you. Consolidated Agencies is a true cluster that's really dedicated as a kind of a co-op setup to help our members become better independent agents. Nobody really has anything in it for themselves. It's all in it for the group, and that's really how Consolidated is set up. So there's no owner of the group, like with most aggregators where there's somebody trying to take the money from you or a split from you. With Consolidated, you're all part of the group, and so that creates a very different atmosphere. And it's not adversarial, it's much more of a community of helping each other.
But if you have the ability to apply different new ideas to something, that's where I think we have fun in our business. Because when you have the ability to explain things a different way, you look at things a different way, I think that's where the joy comes in being able to not just take the factory worker approach. I mean, I would probably explain the coverage under a personal auto policy differently than Bill Holwick would, or different than Michael Graham would, or different than anybody else would. And that's the beauty of what we do. We have different philosophies, we have different personalities, and there's room for success in all of it. I mean, when you look at the group, Consolidated Agencies, we're a diverse group.
Yeah, I think it would really be three parts. Number one, you have access to markets that you would not have. And you have because the cluster's large, it just greases the wheels a little easier to get to market appointments. Number two is the financial aspect of being able to leverage a bunch of agencies who are small, relatively small individually, into one very large agency and use that for bonus income opportunities. And then finally, the third would be a people aspect of it, just dealing with really good people and being able to go to people and ask coverage questions, ask about markets and how people have solved problems. And that has just been great.
And the things I learned from them were exactly kind of what I was looking for. It's an organization that's designed to help you, but continue to give you the autonomy you want to run your business the way you want. Experience is one of the best teachers, and Consolidated has got a lot of experience in its membership.
Consolidated Agencies is a cluster of agencies dedicated to giving independent agents in Colorado a better chance to grow without the typical restrictions of a group or cluster. It's more than just a cluster. It's a community where each member can grow and also gain knowledge from other agencies.